Hi guys, so you know that I'm a bit of a fan of Anker batteries, and you know these have been quite steadily doing me proud for the last couple of months. But what would happen if Aukey sent me a battery, seeing as I've got a bit of a relationship with them now? Would it be any good? Let's find out. Okay, so basically, seeing as I was working with Aukey, so far as I've been buying some of their products, they've proved to be quite a good bang for buck. And I wanted to see what would happen if I got one of their batteries. So, this is their Aukey 20000Mah power bank. Now, this is a 20000Mah capacity, so I think this means it can charge your phone 7 times. Something like that. It actually has, what was unique about this one, is you can charge, it allows 2 amps in, but you can actually charge using a lightning adapter or a micro USB. I don't know if you can see that on there. I'm not sure if this will actually bother focusing. Maybe show you the one up there. That might focus a bit better. So you see there? Yeah. So what actually happens is that there's a lightning connector in and a micro USB in. Now that's the first time I've seen that, and I think that's really good. What tends to happen with these batteries, especially I'm going to be using this Anker one as a comparison, and I'll tell you why shortly, but they always have a micro USB connector in. It just makes more sense. It's cheaper. You don't have to license Apple technology for that blooming. Just don't get me started on the joy that is Apple's costing on using their things. This is why there's no headphone socket anymore, people. This is basically because they get to charge £5 every time someone makes a lightning connector headphone. Anyway, that aside. So I do really appreciate that. I think that's a really good idea, having that micro USB and that lightning connector in. You have 2 outputs. It does actually support quick charging up to 6.5 volts and 3 amps, but across the 2 outputs it will balance up to 2.4 simultaneously, which is fine for most of your smartphones out there, although having the ability on these intelligent ports to ramp up to 3 amps. I only have an S6 at the moment. When I do get my S9 next year, when I finally upgrade, I think you'll find that I'll be over the moon about that charging, that you can charge with a 3 amp. It can obviously step down to 1.5 amps if needed. It has a built-in protection to guard against excessive current, overheating and overcharging, as these things always do. It does actually have, if I press and hold this little button here, it has a rubbish little torch. Can you see that up there? Yes, you can. Let me turn that off. I think that's just added value opposed to anything else. You never know. Actually, having this in my work bag is quite handy to have that torch. The tube did break down the other day, although we were overground. But if I needed, I've got a torch that would last quite a few hours, even though it's not that necessarily bright. It's not a dedicated torch, which is fine. The build quality on this is, well, you can hear it, it's plastic. So if I bring in the old Anker, now this isn't fair because this is a 26,000Mah battery and this is a 20,000Mah battery. But you can tell the difference in build quality on these two. Whoops, turn that around. You can tell the difference in build quality immediately. This one is full CNC milled aluminium. It feels fantastic in the hand, and the battery meter, I've always been a fan of this. There's little 7 dots to show you how charged it is. The Anker, if we press this one button here, you might not even be able to see it now that I've got my new bright lights in. This just glows, so it glows white if it's more than 70%, I think green if it's between 30 and 70, yellow under that and red when it's depleted, something like that. So as you can see on here as well, you've got 3 chargers on the old Anker, one of which is Qualcomm quick charge and 2 that are just intelligent auto. This one only has 2, but they actually combine those 2 ports anyway, so 6 one half dozen the other. Size comparison wise, this is where it gets impressive with the Aukey actually. You can see here there's not that much step up in the horizontal. Actually in the width, although the Anker does have this nice little curve on it, it is basically just as wide. And depth wise it is near as damn it just as deep. In fact, the Anker is probably a little bit heftier. Weight wise the Aukey is definitely lighter. Comes in at 388 grams. I'm not sure what this is, but it's got to be closer to 4 450. I'm going to say 4,500. What was I talking about? No way this is 4.5 kilograms. But yeah, this one definitely feels a bit heavier, so we're going to move that one out the way. But actually, that's where this one does well. Okay, yes, you lose one port, but you get the ability to charge through two types of charger. And yes, the build quality is a bit less than the Anker, but it means it's cheaper. It still does the same job. The electronics inside is still the same. But it's a much cheaper prospect. This can be had for £22 on Amazon, whereas this Anker is still £36. 36. So I can get 3 of these for the cost of 2 of these. And this is where Anker does well in terms of build quality, yes, absolutely. But this is where Aukey are doing well. They're bang for buck, and I think I've shown that across all my videos, is, they're really challenging the market in that respect. They're not just rebranding things and then saying it's theirs. They're actually innovating and trying to come up with their own solutions. And I think with this battery, they've done a bloody good job. I think this is a really good product, especially for £22. The only thing that I don't like about it, other than the plastic build quality, although again, I totally appreciate why that's there, and I do appreciate the lightness in my bag. The one thing I don't like about it is that when you plug a phone into it, I have to press the button on to activate it to start charging any power to my phone. That for most people won't be a deal breaker. For me, that's why I still carry an Anker battery in my bag, because the Anker ports are active. So what happens is when my phone is plugged all the way through a long cable, so this is inside my bag and my phone is outside. This doesn't need to be touched to charge my phone. I just plug in and it starts charging. That's the only downside. And actually, to get around that, what I started doing was putting this in an outside pocket. So I could very easily just tap the button. It's up and running, and it's 20,000 milliamps of power burning through there. So yeah, a great bang for buck. All right, brilliant. Well, I'll put links to it in the description below. If you do have any questions about this or any other batteries, by all means, please do leave me a comment. Please like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I've got about 15 new videos coming out, so there's quite a few things to keep an eye out for. Other than that, I will catch you in the next one. All right, cheers guys. See ya.